They say games are played on the field and not on paper, and that's a good thing. Because if this one were played on paper, it might get ugly, but you never know what's going to happen. Welcome to the home of the Penn State Nittany Lions, Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. As we'll see a squad from the Mountain West, the Nevada Wolfpack, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Penn State Nittany Lions. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Nevada about to kick it off to get this game started. From inside his own 15, looking for room. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So the Penn State Nittany Lions offense will come out first. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Well, defense is starting to make a comeback. I'm excited about this new era of football. We're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago. And this defense is fun to watch them on tape, fun to talk to their coaches. Jesse, this defense has been consistent all year long.
And they're dialed in, and they're so talented. They've got multiple NFL draft picks on that side of the football, and they don't have to change a lot week to week. This defense dominates. They do what they do, and they don't care if you know it. You can't do anything against them.
The Nittany Lions come to the line on third and short, trying to convert here. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Allard. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Finds his tight end. Let's take just a second and talk about Penn State. They had quite the ride last year, made it to the semifinals, couldn't finish the deal. Regression or redemption?
And today we're going to find out, and that's what's cool. Last year did not finish the way they wanted to, but they did get to the playoff. That is an accomplishment. Now, did that raise the level of intensity for these guys for a whole offseason, Jesse, and do they come out better?
I think it has. I think the sense of urgency on this team has actually gone up. There were a lot of people patting them on the back last year. Yeah, you didn't win it all, but you made it to the playoff. Nice job. They're hungrier than they were a season ago. Let's see if that shows itself here today.
Nothing open downfield, so he'll just toss it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Quick touch pass to the receiver. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The 7th play of this opening drive will be a 3rd and long. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Snagged in the middle, it's Pena. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Line gets set, first down. On the ground, it's Singleton. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
Man, coaches talked about they want to get this running back involved early and often and create some momentum, and this is a great way to do it. Early in this football game, ripping off an explosive run, get the juices going, and I bet you he's going to get a few more touches today.
He kept him out of the end zone, but it'll be first and goal from the 1-yard line. And the Nittany Lions trying to cash it in on first and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions! They're on the board first here in the season opener.
And that is the kind of drive to start a season that is going to put a smile on your head coach's coaches face. They were just methodical in the way they marched down the field. Awesome execution. You cannot start the season any better than that right there.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Nevada's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. We've seen freshmen step into the running back position with big expectations many times. David, Herschel, Walker, Adrian Peterson, among others, and they hope that they found a guy like that here.
Well, and he's highly touted. He's got the skill set, obviously, highly recruited. Everybody talked about him. But this is a different animal, Palmer. Like when you come into this atmosphere and you got a bunch of full-grown men coming at you, I'm very curious to see how he responds. I know he has the physical ability, but is he ready for this?
He looks really good coming off the bus, I'll say that. He is definitely built different, but he's going to have to run different than he did at high school. David, you know this. You can't bounce every run to the outside and get away with it like you did at high school. I'm really curious to see the discipline he's going to have in this game running the football now that he's playing against much tougher competition.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up 2nd and 4. This crowd, full throat, spreading the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. The give to the back. At midfield, he's got room. Lots of green grass as he gets it to the 31.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
What a great response by this defense. You give up the big play. What do? You respond right back. You get upfield, get to the quarterback, get the negative play, and get the momentum right back.
Bringing the heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
And that's what you're trying to do, not just in this game, but for the season. You're just trying to set the tone defensively, and they do that getting the sack. They feel good about their front 7.
And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack. Nevada will be forced to punt. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. A low line drive and short kick. He makes the catch at the 10. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. They'll run the toss. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the wideout. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. The Nittany Lions are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Back to throw, it's Allard. That 3rd down pass was coming in hot before it fell to the ground. They bring the punter onto the field now. Well, what that punt lacked in height, it made up for by being short. A fair catch is called for. It'll give them great field position. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. They'll leave it with him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Shakes off the defender. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And not much running room. He had to break a tackle and still break another tackle to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. Not good blocking on the play.
But that's what coaches always emphasize, too. Never assume a teammate's going to make the tackle. You run to the ball, and they did it there.
100%, especially guys that are so big and strong and elusive nowadays. They're going to break tackles. Keep swarming, keep hitting them. Guy, don't assume the tackle is going to be made.
The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the return man couldn't get to it to make the catch, and the ball will bounce out of bounds. Time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. They'll run it from the gun. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've reached a break, and Penn State is on top. We've played one. Before we move on, let's have a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. First play of the period will be a second down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. Got the first down, looking for more. A solid pickup there, works it to the 38 before being pushed out of bounds. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Power football with the run.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll move the wide receiver. Looking to throw, it's Aller. Under fire. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And the QB leaves the pocket, and he scrambles out, and he goes to his right. And I love how he keeps his eyes down the field, trying to make a play, trying to throw the football, but the relentless chase, I love it. Getting to the quarterback. He throws an inaccurate pass because he gets whacked as he throws the football.
All out of space. They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27.
Well, not every explosive play in the passing game needs to be a 70-yard bomb down the field. If you find your running back in the progression, you just get it to him quickly. He's one of the most dangerous guys on the field with the ball in his hands.
It's a running room. Nice pickup on the ground there. They'll move the sticks for the first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Doing damage on the ground as he runs it down to the 11-yard line. Operating in the red zone. On second down. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. Third down, they can't pick up the first without scoring. Brought down after keeping those powerful legs moving, getting all he could. He'll be a few inches short.
Not able to pick up that first down, David, but if I'm them, I'm going again right here on 4th.
And I think you knew that on 3rd and 2, short yard situation. You got it close to 4th and inches. Now we're going to get this first down.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Hand off from the shotgun. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's up to 51 yards rushing already here in the first half. It's a season opener, but he's in midseason form. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. To the ground. He's got it again. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Goodness gracious, if you blinked, you missed it. Horrible blocking up front. Defender gets in there so fast.
Did he line up in the backfield? Oh, they're after him. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
Well, I think one of the biggest reasons why this team is finding themselves in a hole here in the first half is this has been a sack party. They can't keep the defense off of their quarterback. They haven't been able to get the ball deep down the field, throwing it with the consistency they want because they can't keep their quarterback standing up straight.
Here's a heat. He'll pull it down. Get every inch you can, but don't take the big hit. Great job by the quarterback. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last drive, they had a chance to put 3 on the board and passed. This one needs to be productive, David.
I got no problem with aggressiveness. It was a pretty decent drive. This offense isn't fully clicking yet. They need to get in a little better rhythm, and they need to capitalize on those scoring opportunities.
And they've got the weapons to do that too, David. They've got guys that can make plays in space. They need to focus on them and get them the ball distributed.
He get it down to the 35 before he stopped. 10-yard pickup on the play, and it's a first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Plows through the defense. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
On the direct snap, it's Singleton. On the run, fires downfield. Complete downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. We've got a tight one, and they'll try to build on the lead before going to the locker room. The Nittany Lions come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking for room. It's Singleton. Brought down, but not before he bowled his way inside the 10 to the 8. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. They'll try the run. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. Just nowhere to go against this defense to find that single yard he needed on third down. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. And he missed it. No good. There's a flag on the field, and I think we're going to get another shot at this, and the kicker will be a little bit closer this time. Might be the worst-case scenario for this defense. Thought they'd held them to 3. Now the offense with a chance for more. The Nittany Lions trying to pay off the threat on first and goal. They'll try to pound their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Penn State!
And this offense is firing at all cylinders right now. Starting the year, game 1, creating a little bit of a pad and separation at the end of this first half. But you can see why so many people are really excited about this offense this season.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Georgia is currently up big at this moment, so much so they're on the verge of giving UGA the rest of the day off. They're up 14 over Marshall. We've got our eye on this one and everything else going on throughout the day, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Dropping back, it's Vance. Makes the grab along the sidelines, but it'll be a little short of the first down.
And just understanding where you're at on the field, make sure you get those feet down before you get too close to that sideline, so I get credit for that catch. Nice job. Nice pass, nice catch.
Here's the pressure. He's going to take off. Tackled at the 28. It's a pickup of 5. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Now improvising. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. And the defense, they've got him at the 27. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Gets it out fast. Still running at the 40. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds. This offense has been sluggish to say the least, but finally they're on the move on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Here comes the heat. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Finds his man down the middle. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be 4th down. Nevada will be forced to punt. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Wants to return it. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, after seeing that, sign me up for another 2 quarters there in Happy Valley. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Beaver Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. The Nittany Lions will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high rate.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat, and they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Looking for a man. It's Vance. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's loose. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man, though. Don't force the football. We already got to make big plays. The defense knows it, too. Nice job pulling it down, scrambling, getting the first down. Now you got to keep it going.
Turning on the Jets. And he's out of bounds after the nice gain, and maybe that is finally the spark to get this passing game going. This Nevada offense really has it going. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
This this offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
I thought white noise was supposed to be relaxing. This is deafening on third down. Wide open spaces. There he goes. He's all the way down to the 3. Showed it all on that run. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Nevada comes to the line on 1st and goal. Trying to surge it in. And he gets it back to the 4-yard line. No farther than that. No gain on the play.
Man, the momentum is squarely on their side right now. It was starting to feel like they're running away with this one. They scored a touchdown their last time out. Now on this drive here in the third quarter, the defense makes a massive play against the run, creating a negative play. They've got the opponent going backwards.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolfpack! They just took the air out of that thing. That might be an understatement. They took the ball away and just wore down, just grinded away at that defense.
They took a lot of time off the clock in the process as well. I'm impressed with the physicality up front of this offense, because that's where it all starts. If you're going to march the ball down the field like they just did, you've got to be dominating in the trenches. They are doing that in this game right now.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Dropping back, it's Aller. Throws for the tight end. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Pressure coming. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
And that's the thing about this defense. Yeah, they may be losing the game right now, but they've got difference makers on that side of the football. They got guys that can step up like that, create havoc, get a sack, create negative.
Picked off. A turnover in their own end. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
And this defense comes up with a big play, and not just the break on the ball, the catch, nice hands in the INT, but taking it almost all the way back for a touchdown, and this offense lifted.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Nevada. The extra point here would tie the game. The offense did exactly what it needed to do, getting the ball in field position like that.
It's that killer mentality. You step on their throat, you keep your foot down. When you get opportunities like that, they are golden chances to put touchdowns on the board. The offense took care of business.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. That touchdown lead they had has disappeared, and now we have a whole new ball game as they start the drive. Here's the handoff. Getting that push, a pickup of 4 out to the 26.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Defense not budging. He's still able to get 2 to the 29.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. They'll start this drive at the 33-yard line. Dropping back, it's Vance. Under fire. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28. They'll tell you that somebody's always going to pop open, but it didn't happen in time before they got the sack.
No, it did not. And you know what? I'm going to remember this. I'm going to remember zone defense. They didn't really have an answer. They weren't ready to get rid of the football. Quarterback hesitated. I got to him and got him on the ground. Might be a good call later on in the game.
And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
Nevada, after throwing it in reverse, has a lot of work to do on second down. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. It's a seam wide open.
Well, the defense wasn't expecting that. They had a lot of guys back into coverage. That was second and a lot of yards to go, and they got caught off guard. Not enough guys in the box to control that running back.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. That'll be enough for a Nevada first down.
Yeah, 3rd and 1, you know what time it is. It's about the big boys up front. You got to give me a little bit of space, a little crack. You just can't give up that penetration so my running back can fall forward just like that and get the first down.
From the gun, running back on the move. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Motion from the wide receiver. They'll go to the ground. And he was greeted by a host of defenders and barely gets it back to the line of scrimmage.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find.
And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. He'll be brought down, but he was trying with everything he had to turn that disaster into a first down. He came up a little short. The Wolfpack will have to bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Stopping the run is about physicality. It's about I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you up front. Really nice job by the defense, showing their strength, bowing up, stuffing the run. Setting up the screen.
Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42, and now this offense is clicking. Drew Aller feels as if he has unfinished business at Penn State. Tyler Warren is gone, but Aller still with a plethora of weapons at his disposal, and maybe, David, giving him a path to redemption in the college football playoff.
Yeah, and when we saw him finish, it wasn't the best, right? He made the big turnover. They had a chance to go to the national title game, but Penn State took some next steps, and he took some next steps. So if the talent in this offense, another year with Coltonecki, the running backs back, like this offense could really take that next step.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After the strong run on second down, 3rd down coming. Do they do it again? Trying to make magic on the scrap. Oh, he's got some space. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. And the Nittany Lions are flying down the field. On the move, it's Singleton. He goes out of bounds, and that'll take us to the start of the fourth quarter. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who've starred through the first 3 periods. Can't wait to see how this fourth quarter is going to go and see who can come out on top in this barn burner. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They go to the ground. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
So on fourth down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good, and that was dead solid perfect. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Vance. Rushes on him. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Quarterbacks don't have high completion percentages from their backs. It's been really hard for this QB to get in any kind of rhythm. We got to change something up here. We got to do something different because right now it's just a sack play.
Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. The Wolfpack will line up to punt it away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
And oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the second drive.
Yeah, you got to feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Pena. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. He's looking to throw. Scrambling away. And down he goes. Tried to pick his way free, but the defense stops him behind the line. The Nittany Lions will punt it away on 4th down. He'll call for the fair catch and make it at the 14, and they'll be backed up to start this drive. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Pushed his way ahead. Really good run to get it out to the 20, a pickup of 5.
Man, it's nice when you can depend on your big boys up front to make a lane, and you get 5 or 6 yards. You get 5 or 6 yards a pop. You move the ball down the field easily, and more importantly, can get this defense to be more aggressive, to bring DB.
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it. But you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They were mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback. And again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
They punted away on 4th down. Fair catch is called for. You want to make sure that you field it cleanly in rainy weather like this. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Dinkins. Defense played the Wildcat very well on that one, stopping them for a short gain. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. To the air, it's Allard. He's moving out of the pocket. Got it in stride inside the 20. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
That is a completely avoidable penalty. The quarterback just went into brain lock and lost track of the play clock. 1st down here for the offense. They'll send the back in motion. Looking to throw. Using his feet to buy time. Fires toward the end zone. And that ball was in harm's way, and he is lucky to get that one back. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. Touch pass on the jet sweep. There he goes. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And man, a lot of times late in games, you see offenses, they get very conservative, very predictable, and then they leave it in the hands of their defense. I like this execution, man. The offense continues to do what they do, and they take the 2-score lead in the 4th quarter, everything going in their direction.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. Nevada takes over as the offense returns to the field. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Pocket breaking down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Scanning the field, it's Purdy. Bringing the heat. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged boil. Guys, see if they can finish it off.
Can the underdog hold on? That's the big question right now. They've done so many positive things in this game, David, to put themselves in position to win, but this is the critical moment where your execution has got to be at its best.
And sometimes you start thinking now, and you start letting that clock tick, and you stop kind of playing carefree. Keep doing what you've done all day long to build the lead, finish this thing out, pull off the big upset.
This Nevada offense really has it going. Looking to throw again. Grabbed in the middle, it's Floyd. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Nevada comes to the line after getting the 1st down. Looking to throw on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down.
Well, the windows right now to throw into are getting smaller and smaller. How about the defender that time breaking on the ball? It was the hit that caused the incompletion.
Caught over the middle. It's Henry. They'll get him stopped at the 34. He's got 10 yards on that one and a first down. Wants to throw. It's Purdy. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Finds his man. It's Floyd. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. Nevada's moved this ball from deep in its own end and now a little room to operate. Off the play fake on first down. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. The Wolfpack now has its work cut out on second and long. He'll do it himself. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. They'll hurry to the line with the clock still running. On third and long, no secret what he needs here. Ball into the end zone, and it's intercepted.
Great play by the defense, and they're expecting this, right? In a 2-minute situation, they've got a 2-possession lead. They got a lot of DBs out on the field, and everybody's eyes are just on the quarterback. They're all seeing it thrown, and they're breaking on the ball, and they come away with a nice interception.
The old coaching cliche, go 1-0 every week. And for the first week, they